I think one of the biggest factors at the moment is these investors that bought pre-construction with the pro forma showing negative cash flow, but positive appreciation over time. For them, some of them, it was like, okay, it's worth it because in 2 years I'll make $100,000 or whatever the number is, right? But when you have these uneducated investors buying pre-construction units to put them out on the market, and now they're upside down on the appreciation side, on top of losing money every month. It's like there's a big storm brewing, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure. And what we see on our end is the culmination of that storm is landlords coming to us saying, I've got a 1-bedroom in downtown Toronto, and I know rents are growing double digits every year. So let me get $3,500 for that 1-bedroom because it faces the CN Tower and has waterfront views. And yeah, there may be 1 or 2 properties that have been sitting on MLS for 90 days or more that are at that price, and that's why they're sitting. But these investors just believe that they have the best asset possible. And when they look at the math, they need that cash. They've bought, they've over leveraged, and they're not going to have that appreciation anymore. And so they turn to cash flow as a solution. And the reality is the market demands what the market demands. We're not going to have tenants paying $3,500 for a 1-bedroom, no matter what it includes.
But my agent told me I could.
No,
but
you
my
might get them to
agent
sign the
told
lease.
me I could. I have a pro forma right here that shows $3,500 from you, right?
Like, yeah.
But you get them to sign the lease, and they agree, and it's like,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe I did it. But the reason that tenant was willing to do it is because they're the worst tenant that you could possibly ever
They're
get.
not gonna pay.
And you're gonna have way bigger problems in about 3 months.
Exactly. And most investors, when they get into that situation, just focus on what is the rent amount. You hear these stories of overbidding for properties, and that's typically agents bidding against agents and pushing their clients out of their comfort zone. And then, we've got entrepreneurs who have rented properties and the business goes a little bit sideways. And the first thing they stop paying aren't their bills for the business, it's rent, because they know they've got 6 to 9 months before anything actually happens to them, and they can always catch up on it. That's the broken system that we have in Ontario. But ultimately, landlords and investors need to protect themselves up front by getting, either agents that know what they're doing from a leasing perspective, or hiring the right professionals who can properly provide a rent assessment, who can find the right tenant. And don't over leverage yourself so that you're not in a rush to find a tenant, because the worst situations occur when people, finish the construction or renovations or get possession of that property on the 27th of February and want it rented out by March 1st. That's going to cause a problem. And yeah, we can get someone to sign the lease.
The guy's ready to move in tomorrow. It's a great tenant. He said his stuff's already packed. It's in a truck, and tomorrow he's going to pay me my price.
With 3 months up front, and then nothing after that 3 months.
Right.
Yeah.
So these are the sign of the times. I mean, we're talking about a lot of things like back to basics and all that kind of stuff. For a while there, we had people who were just not looking at the fundamentals anymore, that they, weren't following the script, that there were examples of people who made money with these sort of like risky type of investment, opportunities. And so now people are saying, well, I got to go back to basics, and, cash flow, like multifamily's slow right now. There's barely anything moving, and there's all, different reasons why, but it's like people are really going back and looking at the numbers now. And my first thought is just like, why did you ever leave that?